Don't never stop if you wanna be on top, bitch.
Low waist, fat ass bitch, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Diamonds dancing on your neck, nigga, tap in.
Hey guys, welcome back to Treasure-ish. So I know it's been a while, aka a week, but I'm back and I have a video that pretty much goes on with the events of today's life, which is Quavo cheating on Saweetie. And honestly, if you know me, Saweetie is my girl. She is my girl crush. She is just perfect to me. I just really, really love her. So this whole thing that happened that rocked not anyone's life, but like rocked mine and made me really pissed off was this whole incident. And do I have a story like this manipulative bitch Quavo? So anyways, I'm going to be talking about the time that my ex cheated on me and tried to make it seem like it was my fault, aka like Saweetie and Quavo. So if you want to hear about my Quavo and Saweetie situation, then let's carry on with this video. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but clearly I'm doing a get ready with me because it's been a while and I feel like this is like the best. Like, I feel like you guys love this video, like these types of videos the best because they get the most views on them. So I'm just going to keep doing those ones. And it's the easiest for me to film since it's like I need to get ready to take pictures for the gram anyways, because I haven't done that in a while. So I'm going to do that. And so yeah. Anyways, this is the tale of my very first boyfriend, like serious boyfriend anyways. Like, you know how you have like obviously like a little boyfriend when you're in like kindergarten and like grade 1 and like 2 and all those different things. This is like a serious boyfriend where like I had given this dude my virginity and all those different things. And don't get me twisted, like I was not that girl that was like super emotional and was like, I need to like lose my virginity to someone that I'm like super in love with, blah, 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 blah. Like that was just never me. Nevertheless, I had met this guy on a website, and no, it wasn't Tinder. I don't think Tinder was around at this point. And I had met this guy and we exchanged kicks because back in the day, that's what it was, K-I-K. And so, yeah, I had given him my kick, whatever, and we didn't really talk after that. And then one day I was, like, on Kick, like, talking to friends and stuff like that. And just so happened that he messaged me, and me and him started talking and getting into, like, conversation and stuff like that. And then it just, you know, time went forward, and I just realized that we were talking, like, every single day. And then he eventually asks me to be his girlfriend. And what's crazy is, like, we hadn't even met yet still. So he asked me to be his girlfriend. And at that time, I was like, no, like, I don't want to be tied down. I was talking to, like, a whole bunch of dudes. I was talking to, like, a whole bunch of guys. And I was like, no, I want to still be, like, free to, like, talk to different guys. And, you know, I was talking to other guys that were, like, cuter than him and stuff like that. So I was like, no, like, I don't want that. And then the next day, I was like, you know what, screw it. Let me just be in a relationship. And so he's like, okay, dope. So then we were together without having met yet. And saying this now is just like so stupid. I wonder if people like my age still like do stuff like that. Because it was like, I feel like it was like a big thing. Like I've seen videos on like other YouTubers like talking about something like that where they haven't met yet, but they're like together. Anyways, so yeah, we ended up getting together. And it was weird because we hadn't met yet, whatever, but we would get into, like, these fights, and it was, like, he was actually crazy. We're gonna call him Quavo just because he doesn't look anything like Quavo, like, literally a different whole-ass ethnicity, but we're just gonna call him Quavo because he is manipulative like Quavo, clearly. So, anyways, into these, like, crazy fights, like, if I didn't answer my phone within, like, a time, like within like 15 minutes or something, like 20 minutes, he would like accuse me of cheating on him. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, I'm home. Like, I stay home. Like, you know this. Granted, it was summertime, but like I still stayed home. And was I old enough to go to the club? I wasn't even old enough to go to the club yet. So, because I was 18. Yeah, I was 18. So I'm just like, what the hell? Like, how, like, what? Like, no, I'm not cheating on you. I'm sleeping. Or I'm eating. Like, relax. Like, I remember one time I'm giving you guys like all those little deets because I'm doing her makeup and I don't think the story is gonna be that long, so why not just give you all the details. So I remember one time, like, I was in my mom's room and he was gonna go to work the next day, so he was just like, okay, work tomorrow early in the morning, and I'm like, okay, bye, like, good night. And he's like, good night, whatever. And so because he went to sleep, I was like, okay, so I don't need to have my phone on me anymore. I can just like charge it because like it was dying on me, and I'm going to charge it and like leave it in my room and not my mom's room because that's where the charger was. And so I left it. So then I ended up like watching a show in my mom's room, and I was like, it was like maybe an hour passed by, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna check my phone. And I go back to my phone, I have like 50 messages, and it's just like, and it's him, and he's just like he's like, babe, and I didn't reply, obviously, because I was in my mom's room and it's charging, and I'm like, and he's like, babe, didn't reply, hello, didn't reply, are you there, didn't reply, what the hell are you doing, who are you with, blah, 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 and I'm just like, what the like, oh my god, I wish I kept if I knew I was ever gonna make YouTube videos, boy, the things that I would have kept for receipts. But anyways, so I'm just like, what the actual heck, like, what? And so I was like, hi, like, I left my phone in my room, and I was in my mom's room, like, letting it charge, and he was like, oh, like, show where you were, like, who are you actually with, like, what are you doing, like, you need to calm, like, your ass down, because it ain't nothing like that. And just a side note, like, to anyone watching this that's, like, younger and doesn't know any better, or even not younger, but, like, doesn't know any better, like, that is just crazy. It really is just crazy because, yeah, people can be insecure. That's fine. Like, that's human nature. But to be that insecure and to essentially act on what you're thinking, that's just not right. Like, that's just crazy. Like, you don't have any proof of anything, and like, you're acting on it in a sense. Like, we're actually getting into fights. Like, I did cheat when that's not the case. Like, that's just insanity. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy. So anyways, we kind of mended that whole thing, and the relationship would continue like this. Like, we'd get into fights, I would say probably like every single week about something stupid, and he was just insane. Now, like, let's fast forward to us actually meeting and stuff like that. So we ended up meeting, and when we met, it was like not really awkward at all because, you know, we had been talking for so long, so it wasn't like awkward or anything like that. I introduced him to one of my best friends. If you've been on my channel and you watched a lot of my videos, you will know Alexis. I introduced him to Alexis because we were friends then, and she wanted to meet him. And so, yeah, that was that. And so then me and him would pretty much hang out like every like weekend, because he lived far away from me. And so, like, that's whenever him and I would be able to hang out, because he'd work during the week, and then I would see him on the weekend. And that, like, worked fine for me. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. So, yeah, that was pretty much our relationship. Fighting every single week, seeing each other on the weekend, and, yeah. Like, that was that. Let's fast forward from the summertime to around my birthday. My birthday is September 25th. And so we were together, but I had started school, like college and that, and I was kind of just getting over my relationship with him, and I'm sure like he could tell, and I was just getting over it, and I was just like, no, like, I want to be free, like, I'm done with this stupid crap, like, I don't want to fight anymore, like, I don't have these, like, stupid fights, like, whatever. But I also, like, I hate whenever I'd get into relationships because, or, like, now looking back on it, because when I would, they would always tell me, like, their sob story of, like, their girlfriend, like, leaving them or whatever the case is, and you're just like, oh my, you know, like, you being new and not knowing, like, both sides, you're like, oh my gosh, like, how could they do that? Like, that's so messed up, whatever. And then now, like, you're in it and you're like, oh, I get it now. I get it. I never broke up with people when I wanted to because, you know, I always had that in the back of my head, like, oh, well, like, their ex did this and, like, messed them up. I don't want to mess them up, essentially. And, so, yeah, that was that. And I was just like, crap. So, I mean, eventually, I didn't stop doing that. Eventually, I learned later on what look I'm doing. I have this yellow background because, you know, it's, like, the 3rd day of spring and, you know, like, new awakenings and all those things and just growth and all those different things because my life has been stressful the past, like, 2 weeks, I feel like. Not really for me, just for, like, my friends and me just being there for them. So, I've just needed some positivity, and yellow is, like, a positive color to me, even though it may hurt your eyes after a while, but I made it, like, a mustard yellow, so hopefully that, like, goes well. Anyways, so I don't really know what I'm wearing for my gram pictures, and honestly, I have no idea. This is why I should never do freaking videos, honestly. Okay, we're gonna start off with, you know what, let's do the Zodiac. Let's do the Zodiac palette because it's a ride or die, so. Maybe my makeup will just choose what I wear. Anyways, so let's fast forward. I had a talk with him like one night. This was like maybe like a couple days before my birthday, I want to say. And I had a talk with him about it, and I was just like, honestly, like, I just don't think this relationship is working anymore. Like, you know, it doesn't work. And he pretty much like begged for me to stay with him, which if you've watched my other video with Garrett, you will know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Like, I cannot deal with guys like begging to stay with me. Like, I will just stay, or I used to anyways. I was like, okay, like, he's like, no, like, we'll fix it. Like, no, like, you can't leave me. And so I was like, there's no way I could leave. And so I stayed, and I was like, okay, like, if you say you're gonna fix it, like, fine, you know. And so I stayed. And this was back in the time when Snapchat had like your name, and then it had like your 3 or 4 best friends like underneath your name. It was around that time. So honestly, like, I think Snapchat probably took that off because so many guys are like, yo, can you not do this? You're baiting out my you're baiting out my boyness. Like, I swear that's probably why Snapchat took it off, because guys just complained like that their girlfriends were able to like figure out that they were cheating and shit, because that's how I found out. So anyways, let's fast forward a few more days. Obviously, like, on Snapchat, me and him would obviously talk a lot. He was my boyfriend, and he would be like my best friend, and I'd be like his top best friend. And then other times it'd be like his sister or like his brother or like his friend, you know. Anyways, so at one point I noticed, this was like 2 days before my birthday, I think. At one point I noticed that I was no longer a best friend. And I was like, what the heck? And so then I see like these 3 girls at the top, and like my name's not even there anymore. Even though we still talked on Snapchat, that means he was talking to other bitches, more than me, when we still talked on Snapchat. And no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know if this is like a jealous quality about me or whatever the case is, but it doesn't fly with me. Like, if you need to be talking to other females more than me, like, go be with them. I don't know. Just, like, that's just how I am. I don't care. Like, there's no excuse. Like, other females that aren't, like, familial, just like, let's break up. You can talk to them and have all the freedom in the world. Like, sorry. Just, like, no shade, no tea. Like, I don't care. There's no need for you to be talking to other females more than me. I saw that, and I was just like, hell freaking no. And so I remember, like, I had seen that, and I had talked to him about it, and he was like, oh no, like, this is my cousin, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, because I don't know any better. And I remember, like, I was going to school, and obviously, like, since it's, like, my first year of college or whatever, like, everyone from, like, my high school, like, was always on the train, like, going to school too, right? Because every school is, like, downtown. And so I had met up with, like, my friend, and he had his other friend that was, like, a female, whatever. I hated her. I really did not like this bitch. Anyways, so he had her, so whatever. And I remember like asking him like a question about my ex. Well, obviously we were together at this point, but I remember asking him a question about like, oh, like what should I do, like from like a male's perspective, whatever. I never really understood why girls would ask their girlfriends for like a male perspective, because they're girls. Like obviously the girl is gonna know exactly what you're talking about, because girls speak the same language essentially. Like guys don't, you know. Anyways, so I was asking my male friend like for his perspective about everything and whatever, and he was just like, oh, I don't really know. And then he asks the girl that I don't like, and he knows I don't like her, so he's like, oh, what do you think? And she had a boyfriend at the time, and I just felt like the way that she was like talking to me, like she was just like like like, oh, like my boyfriend would never do this, but, and then she was saying like pretty much, oh, like you should be, pretty much just saying like I was being like immature, or like my relationship was immature or whatever. And I was like, okay, bitch, I didn't even ask for your opinion, he did, and I don't need yours, okay? Like, you're not perfect, you're far from it. It's funny too, because one of my other best friends was best friends with this girl too that I hated, and she told me so much tea about her and her boyfriend, so I was just like, you don't need to be talking to me, I don't want your relationship advice because you're an idiot. Anyways, so yeah, so after that, and he was like, I don't really know, like, but I think you should just like talk to him. And I was just like, honestly, it's over then. Like, if you don't know, then that means like that's a bad sign, and I'm done. And so I remember like I went home after school, obviously, and I remember I went on to his Instagram. And he used to like be on my Instagram, and so my hair is like sticking to this backdrop. Anyways, so I went to his Instagram, and you know how you can see like what people are liking, like what pictures people are liking, whatever. So I went on to that whole thing, and I saw that he was liking this girl's pictures and stuff like that, and like commenting, and oh my god, I hate if you're dating somebody and the guy will comment on another female's pictures. I freaking hate that. Yes, you can like a hoe's picture. Yes, you can like a hoe. I don't care. But, well, it depends on who it is. But, like, I don't necessarily care. But for you to like it, fine. Because, like, I know so many people that, like, scroll and just, like everything. Like, I even do that. And so that's fine. But, like, for you to go and comment, that's putting in so much extra work, whatever. And to me, it's just crossing the line because it's flirty. If you're commenting, it's flirty. If you're commenting, it's to engage. If you're commenting, it's to get a conversation going, especially if you're a guy. So I'm just like, nope, no sir, no ma'am, not for me. I don't know, I'm clapping. Anyways, so that was that. And I saw that, and I saw the girl's name, and then I was like, that looks like the same name as the girl that was his best friend, like, about a week ago, or, like, a couple days ago. And so, yeah. I found all this out, when? The day before my birthday. I was so pissed. I was just like, oh my god, I talked to you, like, 3 days ago saying that, like, let's break up, like, it's perfectly fine, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, like, I don't want to, like, things will change, blah, 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 blah. And then you decide to freaking do that? Like, are you joking? Kanda. So, anyways, that was that whole thing. So then let's fast forward. So then we ended up just having it out, and I was like, okay, so clearly you're cheating on me. Because to me at the time, like, that was cheating. Like, I don't care. That's cheating. So I was like, you're cheating on me, like, peace out. And he really didn't have much to say. And he, like, at first he came at me like, oh, like, you're crazy, like, you know. And then I was like, bro, like, shut the hell up. Like, I see everything. Like, and then he just pretty much, like, let me go after that point. And so I blocked him off everything. And that was that. I blocked him off everything. And, yeah, never really spoke to him again until this is the part where Quavo becomes Quavo. Oh, why I'm calling him Quavo. So, I don't know if you guys saw. I'll put it up in this video. But with him, like, he's like, wow, I never think you do something like that. You're not the woman I thought you were. take care, nothing but the best, or some stupid crap like that. And what did Saweetie do? What did she do? She caught you cheating? That's why she's not the one you thought you were? That's why? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you even mean? Not the woman you thought she was. Like, you guys have been together for time. Like, you know what type of woman she is. I'm so sorry. Like, if you guys have seen their GQ questions thing, I literally thought, like, okay, obviously, like, yeah, rappers. And obviously, like, yeah, like, he's in the same group with Offset. So I was like, okay, Saweetie, like, be careful, babe. Like, I love you. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't get caught up in that stuff. Like, and I saw the GQ thing, and it kind of just assured me, like, okay, like, she knows what she's doing. She chose right. Like, and he's super invested in her. Like, they looked so in love in that. And it just pisses me off because clearly they weren't, and it just makes me mad. And I was like, I'm never liking a celebrity couple ever again, which, to be honest, I don't really like celebrity couples at all. But, like, to me, she's just, like, so, like, down to earth. And so I don't even, like, see her really, like, obviously she's a celebrity, but, like, you know, she's not, like, an A-list. So, I don't know. So anyways, I was just like, it was like one of those things where, like, I didn't mean to fall in love with them, but it just happened. So then me and Quavo break up, and I end up going out with my friends, like, after school one day, because it was on my birthday. I ended up going out with them, and I was like, hey guys, like, I'm going out with you, and, like, I just broke up, and I'm, like, kind of not really heartbroken, but, like, I'm upset because I got cheated on. And I think if you get cheated on now, it doesn't affect me, but, like, back then, whenever I got cheated on, like, it affected me so much, and I was just like, oh my god, like, why was I not good enough? Like, all these different things. And I literally can just, like, imagine, like, that's how it used to affect me. And, like, in my other relationships, like, I carried the cheating on with me for, like, a long time. And now I really don't. I don't know how I got over it, but, like, I just don't carry it with me now that I'm thinking about it, because I have a late birthday. So yeah, this is my second year of college, my babe. And so let's fast forward to him actually being Quavo now. Sorry for that, like, little tidbit. But anyways, so Quavo messages me. He messages me like a couple months later. Like a couple months later on Kick, the app that we met at. And he's just like, hey, and I'm like, what? And I didn't even realize, like, I still had him on Kick, because honestly, like, at the time, like, me and him got together, like, Kick had died for us, obviously, so, like, I never even, like, thought to, like, delete him from that. And so I'm like, what? And he's just like, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, you don't deserve for me to talk to you. Like, why would I talk to you? Like, you literally cheated on me, and I gave you an out. Like, that's what pisses me off about all these exes. Well, not all of them, because I only did it to two. But that's what pisses me off about Quavo and Garrett, is, like, I gave you the out, and then you go and do, like, stuff, you know? Like, why? And I'm like, yo, you don't deserve this. And he's like, I don't deserve what? And I'm like, for me to talk to you. And he's just like, I'm not trying to get back together with you. And I'm like, good, you couldn't if you freaking tried, bro. Like, you shouldn't have done anything in the first place. Like, I'm a 10, you're a 0. Like, what the hell? It's like, that sounds so mean, but, like, for real, though. Like, he was, like, I wasn't even just talking about looks, to be honest with you. I was literally also talking about the fact that, like, he was crazy. And I stayed, and, like, I dealt with that crap. And, like, it was just toxic behavior, and I stayed. Like, that's what I was pretty much talking about. Like, I was talking about everything, and I like just went in on him even more than whenever we broke up. And I'm like, you cheated on me, and I, like, you're an idiot. Like, I just was honestly just, like, going in on him. Like, he had so many things I didn't like about him, but again, like, he was, like, the first person, like, I had sex with. And I feel like the first person you have sex with, like, I'm not an emotional person about it. Like I said, I wasn't an emotional person about it, but it's also just, like, there is still emotion there with, and, like, I remember, like, when I did first, like, have sex, I couldn't imagine, like, even if our relationship was awful, I could not imagine me sleeping with anybody else. Like, oh, it was, like, even though our relationship sucked, essentially. Like, it was terrible. Just leave me alone. Like, you literally cheated, and he wanted to be friends, and I'm like, are you high? Like, you weren't even a good boyfriend, let alone, like, I'm gonna be your friend. Like, no. So I can, like, take on all your baggage and all this crap. Like, screw you. I was so insulted that he's like, oh, like, let's be friends. And I'm like, why the hell would you think I would want to keep you around? Like, I barely wanted you whenever you were my boyfriend, bro. In the middle of typing, and I blocked him. Then, like, let's fast forward to 3 years later. He messages me again, and he's just like, hey, like, how you doing? And this time, it was on WhatsApp. And I'm like, why are you trying so hard? Like, am I still on your radar? Not on mine. Like, I don't know if people, like, check their exes. I believe so, because people at my work tell me about it. Once you're my ex, I don't care about you anymore. Like, granted, I wanted, like, literally in every relationship I had wanted to, like, break up first before we officially, like, broke up. You know what I mean? Like, I always talked to them about, like, us maybe possibly breaking up. Or I had said it to, like, my family members, and then we ended up breaking up, like, a week later or something like that. So, you know, it's just, anyways. So, I just don't check for my exes like that. Like, I really just don't care. Like, I really don't care. There's, like, there's no point. Like, you don't need to check up on me. Like, what the heck? And I was so glad I left him. Oh, my God. I remember we used to say, like, oh, we'll get married and all those different stupid things. Like, I honestly believe, like, you do not want to marry your first ex or your first boyfriend. To each their own. But I was so glad I got out of that relationship because the toxicity was crazy. Anywho, so blocked him again. He's like, you're not the person I thought you were. Like, I thought you were gonna be, like, better towards me because, like, we were together for, like, a while. Bro, I think we were together, like, 5 months. Pretty much he's saying, like, I should have been, like, better and I shouldn't have called him out on, like, cheating on me. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, are you okay? He was like, oh, me cheating on you is not the reason we broke up. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, what are you talking about? It's exactly the reason we broke up. Like, you begged for me back, and he tried to be like, no, I didn't. And I was like, I have the text messages if you want to see them. I have them if you want to see them. Did you think you wanted to see them? No, because, like, his dumbass knew that he was telling Porky. I don't even know why this conversation was even initiated and why I engaged in it, because honestly, I just, now, oh my God, I don't engage in anything that is not going to be, like, suitable to me, like, is not going to benefit me in any way. Like, you're an ex, why am I going to waste my breath on you? Like, not even in, like, a super rude way, but, like, just in the way of, like, why am I even going to bother? Like, I'm not going to get anything out of it, you know? Closure anymore. Like, I make my own closure, to be honest. Like, I come to peace with things by myself, so I don't even need, like, you, essentially. Like, I really don't. So, always, like, try and manipulate the situation, and I'm like, yo, you can't do that to me anymore. You can't manipulate me. I am without you now, and I see everything, so I don't even need it. And honestly, I don't even think anyone in my family even realized, like, how manipulated I was by him, or he tried to be. And thank the Lord, like, I was never a stupid duckling when he was my first boyfriend. Thank the Lord I was never, like, a stupid duckling or anything like that, because he could have manipulated me a lot. And I'm thanking the Lord that I was never that dumb. So what pretty much happened was he cheated on her, and she ends up tweeting a bunch, not a bunch, but, like, she ends up tweeting. And the first tweet that I saw anyways before I had to go to work was the fact that she was just like, things were off for a while between us, and, you know, you can't just buy gifts and expect everything to be fine. And, you know, her saying that, I remember me, like, obviously I'd look at her page because girl was, like, an inspo. And so I was like, yo, they haven't posted pictures since literally, like, I don't even know, like, they haven't posted pictures since, I think, October, like, Halloween, right? So I'm just like, yeah, I mean, she's not, because, like, you know how, like, sometimes people, like, if they get broken up with her or whatever, they'll be like, oh, like, I've been meaning to do it, but, like, meanwhile, you're like, shut up, like, you were never ever gonna break up with them, like, they were your entire life, like, you know, people do that. With her, especially, like, celebrity breakups, because since it's so, like, whatever, you're just, like, you try and say things just so, like, someone doesn't, like, pity you, I guess. And so with her, Anyways, it was just like, with her, I was just like, you know what? She's not even lying, because literally she hadn't posted him in like a while, you know? And so I'm like, you know what? She's probably telling the truth, whatever. And then she just found out like, oh, he's been acting distant or whatever. He was been doing this and that because she barely posted him anymore. And obviously, like, you knew that she like loved him off because she had actually, before she got famous or whatever enough to like interact with him or whatever, she said that she always loved Quavo and his lips and thought he was super sexy. So I don't know why, girl, but whatever, to each their own. And so yeah, she like always liked him, and she got with her celebrity crush essentially. And you're just like, oh, like super sweet, blah 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 blah, you know, getting with your celebrity crush or whatever. I think that happened to like another celebrity getting their celebrity crush, but I don't remember who it was. And so yeah, that was the story with them. And then if you saw the GQ, I will definitely link it down below, because I think everyone should watch it, even though it'll make you not believe in love too. But what can I say? It was fabulous. Wasn't like up to date on everything. And then I see like more stuff when I get home from work about like his tweet, and everyone's hating on him because they're like, you're manipulative as crap, like, and all these like funny things on Twitter. And honestly, shameless self promo, follow me on Twitter, and while you're at it, subscribe. And while you're at that, follow me on Instagram. It will be linked down in the description box down below. So anyways, besides the shameless self promo, I literally love Twitter because it comes up with the funniest stuff. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna leave Twitter. Maybe when I get like old, I don't know. I forgot what she said, but she's like, I'm single now and I wish him nothing but the best, you know, trying to be like cordial and everything like that. But it's just crazy because like Quavo didn't really have to go out like that. He didn't have to say that stuff. Like, how would you think that would go over when you're in the wrong for them for you guys breaking up? Like, how would you think like fans would react to that? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. How you're gonna look for your publicity, like, it doesn't make any sense for you to say that to me, anyways, in my mind. Like, that really doesn't make any sense. And by the way, I am never getting white nails ever again, because holy crap, I love white nails, but like I can never do this ever again. Maybe like an ombre, but like holy no, never what I just did. Not what this is. So I know this story was like pretty much like kind of a reach, because it was definitely a reach in the sense that like my ex was like, Quavo, he manipulated me, yes, and what Quavo said was like super manipulative, but I'm also talking about just like my ex saying like the same words, almost like, oh, you're not the girl like I thought you were, because I didn't want to be his friend after he cheated. Like, what? Probably like with Quavo was like a different thing. Like, we don't even know really why Quavo said that, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, we're just getting like whatever. But because like, I think it's just like because he ended up cheating and he had the audacity to just like do that, like gaslighting stuff, like everybody is just like, oh no, we're not doing that in 2021. Like, but yes, that is the story of the guy, my first like real boyfriend, and me finding out that he was cheating on me. And no shade or anything like that, but like, why is the girl that the person like cheats on you with never like you know, like never, if guys like were to cheat on you with someone like sexier, you'd be like, okay, I get it, like, you know, I get it, like she has a big ass, like I have no ass, like I get that, you know what I mean? But like, especially since guys are like visual creatures, but like, why is it like never like that? And I'm not talking about the Saweetie situation, because like, I don't know, I don't think you can do better than Saweetie, to be honest. I don't think you can find prettier than Saweetie. I don't think you can find whatever. I think you can probably get equal to, but I think you can probably get equal to. I don't think you can get better than, but maybe I'm just really biased. I don't know. Anyways, what do you think about this look? This is why another thing too that I have is like, taking back a cheater, is it because they manipulated you? Like, why would you take back a cheater? Because to me, like, cheating is literally like disrespecting, and so why would you take back someone that doesn't respect you? You know, I like, help me here. I don't know. I have never ever like once been in the position or got why someone would stay. for the cheating. And I know people stay, especially like if they have kids and stuff like that and someone cheats, but then I just think of that as like, okay, that's not you staying for the relationship, or I hope not, that's you staying for the kids and not wanting to change the situation, and you guys go from a marriage or a relationship to it just being a partnership for the children. And okay, that's fine, as long as you guys, you know, don't fight and all that. I'm going to attempt to apply lashes for the 3rd time in like 2 years. So guys, this is the finished look. I definitely think I have to like fix my makeup here, or you know what, I'm just gonna add some like color under there because I don't want to fix it, essentially. Okay guys, this is the finished look. So anyways, let me know what you think about this whole Quavo and Saweetie situation. Do you think that he was in the right? Do you think that he had every right to say that? Or do you think that we don't know enough to make an opinion about it? Of course, everyone's gonna make their opinions about things anyways because that's just what humans do. But like, let me know what you think. And also, is Saweetie your girl too? Because she's definitely mine, even though she has no idea I exist. I don't even care. Love her. Please subscribe. I will have more videos coming out this week. Last week was just a lot, and I'm almost done school, which means I'm gonna be able to post more, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, the week was just a lot, and I started working more, so it was just like trying to find the time, you know. And I swear I will get back to you guys with the book finale that I have up on my channel. I will leave that link down below if you guys want to catch on to the book ride right now, and hopefully you can catch up to us in the next video. Okay, so I will see you guys in that video, and I thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.